Hello, my name is Shadley and welcome back for another episode of Victoria 3 Siam. In previous episode, we were mostly just building up our economy. We increased the GDP by about 130 million or something like that, maybe more. But to that sort of scale at least. We did also improve our military quite a bit, and we are now actually the number 2 in Great Powers list. I think we are gonna get actually... I suppose if we were to put in the aerial reconnaissance on the... Actually, I don't think that has an impact on the army projection or power projection of the army, so maybe not there. We could start doing a bit more dreadnoughts though. That would increase the radio consumption even more, but that would be a massive increase in naval power projection. It's going to give us a lot of prestige, and that might actually get us to the rank 1, or at least very darn near. Let's have a look at the country browser, shall we? So, Germany has 9,500. We got 9,100, so we still got a little bit of things to do there to get all the way. Let's go ahead and start getting a bit more electric industries in pretty much everywhere. I've built another 10 in Shuzhou. I mean, that's a new area that we haven't built electrics yet. Well, that's gonna be okay. And the lead mines over here, we can probably get a few more. I have a feeling that we'll need a lot for the glass that we're producing, which, admittedly, we could probably increase the glass production in Formosa, for example. It's not too bad. I mean, the porcelain price is a little bit high. It's the biggest problem right now. We're still making money, and now it's 61 or 161 innovation per week. So the mobile armor is... Oh, right, that's the one that we are researching. So that is 14 days away. Almost there. And what's changed? So the small arms price is basically nothing, oddly enough. The artillery price is relatively high still. So we could probably switch that. Did we have it somewhere around... Probably inherited some arms industry from China. Or, well, I say inherited, but, you know, conquered. I know that we got arms industries over here, but that one's already at the max. Let's have a look at the urban. I know that we got somewhere that are still using the older stuff. So if we put it to that one, small arms price is going to increase a little bit. Artillery price is going to drop. Steel use is going to increase, but that's fine. We can easily afford that. Still getting £20,000 per week. We did queue up a lot of constructions to be made, so that'll probably start increasing a lot in the near future. The radical numbers are still dropping a few million per year. So I wonder if by the end of... Well, it depends how much we conquer, I suppose. Ah, there we go. Mobile armor unlocked. I don't think we're going to start producing those. Well, it does unlock mechanized infantry. Tempting. Antibiotics would increase the max health. Paved roads would be okay for the extra infrastructure and construction section max level, but we don't usually need to have that many construction sectors per se. We spread them out quite a bit. Chemical warfare is spreading. What about in the production? There's the oil turbine. We could speed up that one. I don't know if we'll be using that all that much, admittedly, because the oil shortages will hit. Although, I suppose if we were to fight against, there would be 20 oil rigs there. What about over here? There's another 20 over here in southern Bengal. So if we start conquering some lands from British Raj, we'll be able to get at least 40 of those. What about over here? There are oil rigs there, but do the British have? They got 1 in their territory. Well, we were waiting for June or somewhere around there to start our diplomatic play against the British. Well, Surakatra, technically speaking, but the British will be, hopefully, participating in that. If need be, we can always increase our taxes a little bit to make sure that we are making money during the war. I mean, we've got gold reserves of about 8.5 million, and we could have up to 191. So it's not a small amount, admittedly. And I'm pretty sure that today we're going to hit the 1 billion GDP. We're so close to it. And we got such a massive construction speed. That is kind of breaking the game almost a little bit. 110 abandoned Russia. Alright, Portugal abandoned Russia. How many truces do we still have ongoing? We still got truce with China, Sulu, and Tidor. Alright, alright. So we could actually do... Oh, Uluru has got a bit of a revolution. We could also do a war against we could also do a war against the New Zealanders. So that's probably something we could also pull off. But I'm just going to wait for the troops to be ready for even a big war. Oh, we only have 1 army from southern China. Alright, let's go ahead and recruit a new general from there. I can already be level 2 or something. Surveyor, romantic, let's offense, but that would be okay probably for defending against the Chinese. We'll recruit that one. And then promote him already, so that's going to allow us to have 40 battalions. Should be pretty decent at defending. And definitely... Oh, and the Admiral needs to be promoted as well, so we'll have 40 ships in use from there. There we go, that'll help. And how are the troops over here? We could have another 20 battalions in use, but I think we want to... Actually, we've got a fleet of 40 already, so we don't necessarily need to have an army of 20 anymore. We could promote this one. There we go. Now we'll have a bit more troops in use. I suppose, is there any extras in here? No, that's fully... Oh, all discovered in Veracruz. That's in Mexico, alright. So that's none of our business, quite frankly, then. Right, it's about to be June, so what we're going to do is we're going to declare the war against Suracatra. If nothing else, we'll at least keep the Suracatra itself. The British don't have a massive army. It depends who joins them, I guess, is how this war will go. If they'll stay in there, Britain abandon Macron. Alright, I'm just going to declare neutrality on that one. I don't need to be there, or there, or there. So against the British, they want to liberate Sichuan and Siak. Alright, so I should be able to put in war goals against them. Can I take... Actually, is there a... No, there's no other return state things. Conquer state? British New Guinea, at least. We can't take the stuff from here, but I suppose once we declare war on British Raj, that would be probably fixing that. So, British Eastern New Guinea... what else? Transfer... Ooh, actually, transfer subject. That would be a little bit of infamy. And 40 maneuvers. But transferring British Raj to us would be actually quite a, interesting option, to say the least. I might go for that one. They are fearful. Let's see if they will give up or not. Oh, all discovered in Gujarat. Alright. Well, that's not in our territory. That's on... over here. It's a French territory, in fact. They're going to have up to 9 oil rigs there right now. They're expanding it a little bit. Oh, well, I suppose I should probably activate some army. So let's take the Indonesia army first. Activate that against the British there. And then I suppose we could also bring in an army from somewhere to fight there. Let's go ahead and take one of the Indochina armies. For example, this one. Attack there. See what they do. But yeah, if we can get a British Raj as a puppet from them, that'd be brilliant. That would save us a lot of trouble, to be fair. Alright, so those troops are slowly moving in. Persia abandoned Spain, alright. How does it play against fascist Portugal? Oh, right, it's a revolution. I'm going to declare neutrality on that one. So they haven't brought in any troops here yet. I don't know if they will. Jing sides with them, alright. Well, we do have a lot of points to use. Do we take more land from China? There's always a possibility. Could we transfer Tibet? Not by the looks of it. We could liberate Korea. Or we could just conquer states from Qing. There would be some... Well, actually, Fiji and Nauru that would be okay for us to conquer, I guess. At the same time, how much points do we have left? Okay, so we could take... Let's say we take 2 states from Qing. Question is, which states? Actually, where do they have oil? There's no oil there, but I believe there's a possibility for oil to be discovered in here. They don't have necessarily the tech for discovering all of it. Just looking through the resources. There's a lot of industries around here, to be fair. If we conquer these two, that would be southern Anhui and eastern Hubei. So that would be giving us another 2 states in China. Maybe we could go for... Well, actually, I don't think we have the points for that anymore. We can go for one more. I suppose we'll go for... Actually, where is Karnak? Isolated region, alright. We'll go for Fiji. That'll be fine. They're still fearful. Let's go ahead and activate some armies over here. So you're defense experts who can defend against that. And then I suppose we can have the other one. Well, you're not really a good attacker, admittedly. So I'll just activate that, and I should have some attacking armies over here in Indochina. For example, this one. No, that's a defense expert. You're offensive planner at least, so I can mobilize you, put you on the war against the Chinese there, and maybe we'll have a bit more, so... Well, you'll still probably have pretty good time in there, so I'm just going to send you over there as well. And then I guess we'll have this one as... Oh, it is an artillery commander. We'll have that defending our stuff there. We can send in you to raid convoys. Going through there, for example. And then we got this one. Where are you protecting convoys into? Or shipping lanes into? Technically speaking... Yeah, if we protect the shipping convoys going to southern China, that'll probably be fine. That means that Formosa will be operational. We got a bit of troops in Japan. We'll just mobilize those. We're going to keep them as a garrison there for now. Not going to move them away. And I suppose Australia is another place that could cause some issues. So it's this one. Oh, that is Karnak. Fiji is going to be there. Well, we got already stuff next to it, so that kind of makes sense. Do we have... We got a port in there. There's not a lot that we can do in this area. I mean, they don't have a lot of pops to employ by the looks of it. They're probably getting a little bit of people working for the whalers again every now and then. But not a lot. Let's go ahead and put our taxes back to medium. So we'll be making money during this war. But they are actually moving a few units in here. Nothing massive, mind you. We'll get in Surakatra. We'll get some lands from China. If we win this. Which we probably will. We got pretty good armies overall, I'd say. We got 300 battalions. They got a total of 600. Of course, the Chinese will probably mobilize and start conscripting, so there's going to be a lot more... Oh, Britain is size with Great Britain. Alright. Just double check the troops that are from China. So they are still basically the same throughout the entire game. So not particularly threatening, let's just say. They're still fearful, though. So they could still give up. I don't think they necessarily will. Now that they are recruiting a lot of troops and all that. So Great Britain will all have like 100 and... Okay, they are actually mobilizing a bit more with the conscripts and all that. So there will be a decent bit of troops. I don't know how good troops they have, actually. Let's have a look. Right, Wales is still independent. What I should probably do... I'm going to start bankrolling Wales. But then Britain... Actually, no, I wanted to check your troop quality, didn't I? So your troops, you got trench infantry, shrapnel artillery, motorized reconnaissance, machine gunners, so it's not too bad. I think we should have better troops than they do, or we definitely have better troops than they do. But the difference isn't that massive, so on equal footing, they'll be able to hold on for at least a little while. They are now sending in some troops. Oh no, well, there's a little bit British troops heading in here, as well as a lot of troops from... oh, there we go, oil turbine completed. Right, so the Navy... we should have the southern China stuff raiding convoys over here somewhere. Well, it's got to go through there anyway, so we'll just raid convoys there. And now we've got the oil turbine. There's not a lot of production stuff. We could probably get both of these without my intervention before the end of the game. So the chemical warfare, I don't know about that. Society still has quite a few things that we need, so I guess we'll speed up a little bit in there. Let's get the paved roads, for example. I don't think we'll get the do all the text achievement on this run, but the 1 million GDP is, or 1 billion, sorry, GDP is pretty darn close. That much is guaranteed. Oh, flash freezing is spreading. All right. If we have a look at the... Oh, wow. Our offense is 144 average. And their troops will have average 80 defense. Of course, depends a lot who is defending there. If it's the Chinese, then it's probably going to be around 60. And for the British, it's going to be around 100 or more. That doesn't, of course, include the commander bonuses necessarily. So that is something to keep in mind. We don't have a lot of troops from... oh, right. There's the Spanish stuff. We really shouldn't be worrying about. Spain is having another revolution. All right. They got quite a few things going on. And then Hawaii is having a revolution. No declare neutrality there. I'm not really needed on that one. Looks like the radical numbers are still dropping at a pretty good speed though, so that's good for us. And they're still fearful. I don't know if they'll... Oh, they have a lot of loans. They are in bankruptcy. Oh dear. They're very pessimistic about the chances, but they might still fight. They got a lot of allies. Hey, Billionaire. And they back down. Well, bollocks. Well, at least we got the state finally united there. So what we could do against British Raj, I believe we... No, we can't actually declare war on them. Never mind. And I'm pretty sure we can't declare war against Britain either. Nope. So we got a truce with them pretty much until the end of the game. Oh well, it happens. I suppose New Zealand is the next target. We'll go for the Conquer. Oh, that's owned by New South Wales. Okay. I wonder if they'll give up then. So the New South Wales, Uluru, and then the New Zealanders as well. If no one's going to join on your side, you're probably going to give up. So I'm not going to even... Well, I suppose I could add in the extra Conquer the Southern Island as well. In case they fight. I don't think they'll... Actually, how good of troops do they have? Probably not a lot, let's be honest. They don't have any troops. They don't practically have any conscripts either. And the conscripts are... Ooh. We've got aerial reconnaissance, anti-chemical weapons. There's a lot of offense. Kill rate is massive, but provincial capture isn't all that high. Okay. Oh wow, we're making 400. Okay. We'll discover in Utah. Right. Oh, Russia sides with them. Okay. Well, hello there, Russia. Maybe we should take some... let's actually have a look. Is there any oil? Ooh, there's gold discovered over there in Chukotka. Over here, we got some coal mines. Sulfur. There's oil over there. There's also oil over there. Alright, well, let's add some more goals then, shall we? Conquer. I suppose we'll start with the Kamchatka, just to go for a sort of a unified front here. And then Chukotka. And then Okhotsk. And then I guess Yakutsk. I would have a little bit of oil there. And Trans-Baikal. I suppose Irkutsk probably would have been a little bit better, all things considered. But you know, we can just get a decent chunk of Russia from this war, maybe. Unless they back down. They might still back down, to be fair. Oh, right. We might want to activate some armies. Let's activate at least... Oh, we've got a lot of armies currently in China, don't we? Yeah, we do. I think this one... No, that's probably originally from southern China. I believe this one definitely is from Indochina, so we'll send you back there. And then I guess we can take this one. Is that... No, that's the one in China. So this one's, I believe, the second one from Indochina that we brought in here. Yeah, since they're still fearful, it's going to take quite a while. Oh, escalation pause for several days. Oh, Great Britain declared as a rival. I wonder why. It isn't like we had a massive war against them or something. Wait. We could probably reduce the taxation again a little bit. But also, one thing that we do need to do is we need to queue up a lot more construction. Problem is that the auto-construction just doesn't expand things quickly enough compared to what we build. We need more coffee, artillery. Right, well, the artillery, I think we've already switched that in all the places, didn't we? Yeah, we have. Okay. Well, in that case, it's probably... Oh, those need to be put on auto-expand. There's some new ones that we built in China that didn't have that from the get-go. Right, but I suppose... did we have the... Yeah, we got some arms industries over here. I'm just going to give it a couple levels. Not really going to be all that profitable, but it'll be fine. And then yeah, the radios are still expensive, so let's just go ahead and queue up a bit more electric industries. Another 5 over there. You can build another 5 over here. That's going to give us a few constructions at least, which take a while to build. Right, I suppose also we should maybe activate the armies from southern China, so we can do 2 landings at once. I don't know how bad the Russian troops are going to be. The conscripts aren't too bad. I mean, it's okay units overall, but it's not too bad. And I suppose what I could do with the navies is those are mostly patrolling the coast right now. So raid convoys, well, I suppose there's not a lot of convoys in here. Are they sending any new... Yeah, okay, so it's not really needed. We'll just do some landings once the war starts, if the war starts, rather. I suppose we'll activate this army just in case China decides to join or something. Wouldn't be the first time. There we go, 1 billion pounds of GDP. We've got about 5 years left in the game. So this is probably going to be one of the last big wars. I mean, we'll hopefully start unifying a bit more the lands. I mean, we'll be getting the southern island in its entirety, hopefully, from this war. I mean, there's still a chance that they'll just give up. Let's be honest. They are still fearful. They're very pessimistic about it. Oh, but we are #1 great power now. Well, I'll be. Admittedly, we've got quite a massive army. So there is that. Oh, and we are running out of things to construct. Well, let's see. We need more coffee. Oh, and this one's not got enough infrastructure. The ports, of course, what we could do... Well, we're not going to turn those into modern ports. We could also build a few ports in there. For good measure. Not that we necessarily need more convoys. We've got 136,000 currently idle. Mostly because there's just not that much trading that we can do with the infamy levels that we have. Right, but the coffee plantations, I believe it wasn't there. I suppose Java is one of the places where we could build a lot of coffee plantations. Somehow our population is using a lot of coffee. It's not really a surprise, to be fair. It's a nice commodity which we are currently not taxing. That does beg the question, though. Is there any... Porcelain would be a pretty good tax right now, so if we remove that taxation, put in the porcelain tax, that's going to be a lot extra income. We don't have that many consumption taxes right now, but they are pretty good. Oh, and they're back down. Okay, so we gained the landing in here at least. Let's make sure that the port is operational. So we can get that underway. The livestock, we can put in at least the barbed fences in there. Maybe even the electric fences to reduce the workforce even further. And it's already intensive grazing and all that. That's good. We could actually put in the refrigerated storage as well to reduce the labor force even further there. The logging camp, we can go for at least a steam donkey and the rail log carts. That helps a little bit. We could probably put in the electric sawmill as well to increase the production. The urban centers, we can put in the motor carriages. Street lights, that would actually increase the employment, but at the same time increase a lot of the service production, so it's not necessarily too bad. We could maybe go for a little bit better markets over here as well. Multiple arcades. I think that's the first place to have arcades, to be fair. And then the productions over here, we can just do a few tricks. We'll put in the automated power looms in here to reduce the labor use at the textile mill, just to make sure that we'll have a little bit of pops available. And then that could be done for the stuff there. So now we can start a war against New South Wales, I guess. Conquer Northern Ireland. And we can just immediately send in armies there. Let's take one of the armies from here, I suppose. Yeah, that's a pretty good attacker. Send it over there. I don't think we need to activate too many armies. Depends who joins on their side, I suppose. But they are fearful. They want to liberate New Zealand. Well, that's not going to happen. I can probably see that much. So we did pass the law. Is there any other laws that we could try passing? I mean, it's pretty late in the game, so I suppose there's the property women. That might not be the worst idea. Intelligentsia and trade unions and... Okay, intelligentsia and trade unions would love that. Armed forces would oppose that. As well as the clergy and the landowners. Or if we go for the women in the workplace. It's even bigger resistance for that. We'll start with the propertied women, I guess. Start with the easy things. It should be fairly quick. We've got 45%. Oh, education university to level 5. Home affairs to level 3. That's good. So the literature rate is already at almost 75%. And I think we can get that a little bit higher still. Probably to 80% or something like that by the end of the game. So no one's joined yet. Of course, there hasn't been a lot of time for people to join in there yet. But like, if they do fight, we'll just use that one army and conquer them. If they don't fight, then we'll just win without a war. So that's always nice. Oh, Germany sides with them. Alright, is Germany going to be sending troops in here? Why is it not showing the front line there? They're still fearful, though. And also, is there any war goals that we could put on Germany? Unless we go into Germany itself, not really. Unless maybe there is transfer subjects or something. Like Mexico. Ooh. Sure. That might be fun. They do begin conscription there. Oh, and Germany abandoned them. Never mind. Well, I guess the Mexico is not going to happen then. Oh. New Zealand joined. Or the, well, the natives joined in there. Well, I suppose we'll put in Conquer State, Southern Ireland. We do have armies moving into the front line, right? Yeah, we do. Let's activate one of the armies from southern China as well, so we can do the landing in the southern island from there. All this cover in Arabia, alright. Authority is dropping a little bit here. Not much I can do about it, though. We're already at max government funding and all that. But yeah, once we conquer at least the northern side, I mean, I'm pretty sure that they're still fearful, so they'll probably give up once they can't, well, they can't invite anyone else in now. Oh, and chemical warfare unlocked. Alright. We're about to get the paved roads as well, so that's going to be quite nice. We'll try to focus down a little bit more of the society text right now. Like, for example, let's go for modern financial instruments. More minting, for example, that would be quite nice. And our population is now 316 million. Even better. Oil rush subsidies. No frontier lasts forever. What do we need right now the most? Wine. I suppose wine is something that we can just expand over here quite a bit. Let's get to 25, so that's going to be 250 wine that we can produce in here. Overall, that should be pretty good. Of course, it'll take a few moments for them to start building them, but yeah, there they go. And we got our one army in here. They still haven't given up, admittedly. I'm sure that they will. And therefore, it's going to be another war against, well, I suppose... I think Tidora is going to be the next target. Then Sulu. Then we could maybe do one against the Spanish Philippines. At least for partial, or some parts. Oh, a New South Wales backs down. A landmark case. In the legal case that has grabbed the attention of the whole country, a judge has ruled that domestic violence is grounds for divorce. This supports our case immensely. The clergy would not like that. They would actually go for the -10% education access. Or let us not celebrate too loudly in case we upset the monks. Okay, that's still going to be 10% increase in there, but not angering the monks. I'll take that, actually. Or the clergy. And now we've got the entire Northern Ireland here. There's not much... Well, we've got some wheat farms, actually. So there is, in fact, something that we got out of it. Increase the productions for sure. And then the ports are... Okay, that's a lot of port levels in there. I do admit. Alright, well, better than nothing. Right, so I guess we'll start our next diplomatic play against the door. Conquer State. Portugal might join on that one. If they do, I'd like... Oh, Portugal abandoned them immediately. Alright, we will have a bit of a front line in here. I suppose we'll just use this army. Mobilize it. Put it on one of the sides. The Tidora doesn't have any troops anyway, so they should be fairly easy. Depends who they call in, of course. If they call in China, I mean... They probably still don't have the strength to actually fight, so this is going to be just pushing buttons, basically, winning these wars. Our literary rate has dropped quite a bit, though. Yeah, now we're getting a lot less innovation again per week. But hopefully the literary rate will increase at a decent speed with the increased education access and all that. We do have profit of 90,000. Well, it fluctuates quite a bit, admittedly, the profit there. I think what we need to do is we just need to increase our... wheat farming, quite frankly. Get another 5 there. There's a little bit extra in here, but there is no wheat farms available there. Oh, China has joined, and Tidora backs down. Well, that didn't take too long. So now that's all part of the state. We already own most of it anyway, so that's not really too bad. How's the iron price? It's not too bad, so we do not need to worry about that one. Did we have any tool workshops over here somewhere? We do. Tool price is a little bit elevated. I'm just going to get another 5 of those. Or 6, technically speaking, but... right, so Great Britain is still there. The French own a little bit. Allura, we could probably go after the colony over here. Or the island over here. I don't know if they'd give up, though. We'll go conquer Tasmania, sure. What's the worst that could happen? There is a front line in there, actually. Okay, so let's go ahead and take the army from Indonesia. Send it over here. They activated the conscription centers, they'll actually have an army. They are fearful, though. I don't know how many people can join in here. The New Zealanders might do that again. At least the Southern Island might do that again. Oh, Yunnan is now... Oh, right, Yunnan is now integrated. It's got a bit of taxation problems, though. Infrastructure-wise, it's doing fairly good. But we can get... Well, I suppose actually the total production in here probably dropped a little bit. But now that it's incorporated, we get the taxes from there, so it's not really too bad. Also, I suppose we could get a few more regiments in there. Or battalions in there, rather. So we'll have even more troops to fight with from the Chinese front or the Chinese region. But I suspect that they might not get anyone to join on their side. Or maybe they can invite someone like Germany, and then Germany decides to back down because they realize that they can't fight me. Not effectively, anyway. Oh, Persia has embargoed us. Did we actually have any trade routes with them? Not really. Oh, and New Zealand has joined. Oh, and they backed down. Oh, right, yeah, so we got that. So now, Uluru, do we have a... We don't have a truce with you. You got war against Observer. Uluru versus Uluru. That should be... ending? A hysterical claim. A recent published paper on hysteria in women has been gaining traction in the medical community. The paper is being used as anti-women's rights propaganda against reproductive women's law. That's troubling. Well, maybe we can do our own research. There's a chance that it will lower the... Okay, we did actually increase the chance there. There we go. Right, so what do we inherit in here? There's an urban center, iron mines. First of all, let's put in the iron mines on... Well, probably the condensing engine will be fine. Steam donkeys and the rail transportation to reduce a little bit of the labor used there. We have a railway. Put that on at least the electric trains. The infrastructure levels are a little bit low, but I'm sure that that will start increasing soon enough. There is a lot of wheat farms in here, which I suppose we could just put in a little bit of labor reduction there at least. The fishing walls similarly could have a bit of a reduction in all of that. Logging camps. Actually, the chainsaw, is that... Right, so that would increase the employment, but I suppose that's still going to be fine. There we go, so that's almost fully in use. And there's a little bit in the plantations that we can maybe do. Reduce the labor use, but that'll probably help getting the railway up and running, and then that state will be good to go. We are losing a bit of cash. Oh, wow. Losing a lot of cash. Maybe... Oh, it's all the barracks that we're building right now. That's causing some... well, we're not using the investment pool for that, basically. The radical numbers are still going down, and the loyalist numbers are still climbing up. So overall, we're probably doing pretty good in terms of everything. It's just we've been expanding so massively that our, well... GDP has at least grown, that's for sure. Ah, we could export automobiles, but there's not a lot of people that are willing to buy from me, is the problem. But we don't have a diplomatic player right now, so Uluru, you're still at war in theory, but how about we conquer southern Australia? And did we have... Oh yeah, we do have an army there, so let's just put you on the front line. And clear out southern Australia, so that's going to be another area for us. Then I suppose after that it's going to be Sulu. Then maybe Spanish Philippines or Portugal. Or both at the same time. I don't know if we can do both at the same time. But one or the other. We want to have the states in here. So the Portuguese Sunda Islands, for example. And then there is quite a few states over here in Philippines. Well, there's 3 states that we... Well, there's 2 full, well, mostly full states, and 1 half a state. And then there's, of course, a little bit that we get from Sulu. We would have 2 front lines in here, presumably, once we start fighting them. Oh, and the construction has dropped again. It's just there's so many things to build. I mean, we may have gone way too overboard with the construction speed. 1,300 points. I mean, I'm sure that you could get a lot higher, but I just had a look at the clock and we've gone way over time on this episode. So if you enjoyed this, please like or subscribe if you haven't already. Also check out the links down below in the description. But other than that, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, bye.